What's up, Aquarius? And thank you guys so much for tuning in. Alright guys, so this is going to be your July mid-month reading, switching up the order a little bit, getting these out first, and then I'll bring love next time. But let's get into things. Let's see how everything is going. For anyone waiting for a personal reading or anybody that is looking to get a personal reading, at the end of the video, I will talk about that, okay? So let's get into things, guys. So let's see what is going on for the sign of Aquarius. Now this will be for Sun, Moon, and Rising signs. What is going on with the sign of Aquarius? May this be a message that gets to the Aquarians that need it the most. Sun, Moon, and Rising. What is going on with the sign of Aquarius? Okay. Alright guys, so the energy that we have here is the Five of Swords in the reverse. Now I know the last reading I did for you guys, you know, we had a lot of tough energies we had to get through. Okay, just a lot of realities that had to set in. But right now, you guys are in a place where it's just, you don't want to fight, you don't want to argue, you just don't have it in you. Okay, so you're really trying to avoid problems at all costs. But there's something here that you felt was bad judgment that may have been causing you some sort of loss, whether it's an emotional loss, financial loss. All right, there's just something here that was not balanced. Okay, I feel that you guys definitely do get victory at the end of this because we have the Six of Wands, but we have the King of Pentacles in the reverse here. So with that King of Pentacles in the reverse energy, you have to ask yourself, what is in my life that I'm truly not that excited about, but I stick around because I find it beneficial? Or am I that sort of person where someone kind of just keeps me around for when it's convenient for them, but they're not around when I truly need them? Okay, so a lot to think about here. Now going into the past, guys, the first card that we have is the Ten of Pentacles. So with the Ten of Pentacles, a really good feeling that you have, feeling extremely abundant. There could be a lot of money coming in, you know, things just being very good within the household. All right, maybe you got some sort of raise or promotion, and we have the Hierophant. So this is something that the universe is putting into your life, or that the universe has put into your life. Okay, something that's really supposed to be there, where you guys are really taking a path that you're catering to your higher self. All right, we have the Four of Cups, I'm sorry, in the reverse. So there's an offer here that was accepted, whether you guys gave it or whether it came in for you. All right, maybe it was to return to someone from the past, you know, something that just felt really, really good. All right, but there could have been maybe a sense of instability there still. Maybe you guys had someone else you were talking to, or maybe they were talking to someone else, or maybe there's just something that you had to deal with, a situation from the past coming back in, but you had to close something out. Okay, now the next card for the past is the Page of Wands. So this could be Leo, Aries, or Sagittarius energy, or just something that you're talking about and in the works of that you're very passionate about. All right, and we have the Judgment card in the reverse. So someone that you're talking to or someone that you're passionate about, but maybe it's not the best idea. Okay, maybe it was kind of like that sort of initial talk, or that initial excitement where you may have wanted to do something, but you didn't fully think it through. All right, and here's that Eight of Cups in the reverse coming back in. So for some of you, you could have been happy and excited that someone from your past came back in, whether it was a lover, a friend from the past that maybe you guys lost touch for whatever reason, maybe an old job that you may have gone back to. But with what the cards are showing, probably wasn't the best decision to go back into that. And now we have the Knight of Wands in the reverse. Before we had the Knight of Cups in the reverse. So very promiscuous energy and just an unreliable energy. So even if there's no promiscuity here, just someone making promises that they can't, you know, live up to, that they can't fulfill for you, or vice versa. Now, the last card that we have here is the Justice card in the reverse, so definitely red flags here, guys, okay? So, Knight of Cups in the reverse, Knight of Wands in the reverse, Justice card in the reverse. Somebody here is really just on their slimy shit, okay? I told myself I would stop cursing so much, so bear with me while I get this New York potty mouth out of my system. So, let's see what's going on here. We have the Sun card. So, the Sun card, you know, for a lot of the time it could be something very bright and abundant that comes into our life. But here I think that this is acting like the Moon card, where something came to light. And it was about something that you felt was done very, well, that affected you in a very unfair sort of way. Whether you provided the injustice or someone provided it towards you. But this is making you super guarded. Okay? We have the Moon card in the reverse, so if there's any secrets, anything that's hidden, it's all out. There's complete clarity at that point. Alright, so in your present moment, we have the Queen of Wands in the reverse. So it could be, Leo, Aries, or Sagittarius. That could be very upset in a situation, or this could be you guys taking on the energy. And when you guys look at these cards, disregard the whole, you know, Queen or King. It's just going to be the intensity of that energy, okay? Now, with the Queen of Wands in the reverse, male or female, this could be someone who is just so pissed off, just passionately angry about something, but it's only because they were invested. And we have the Ten of Swords. So a very harsh or abrupt ending. Someone feeling very, very betrayed in a sense. Alright, and we have the Knight of Wands. So it could be with the Leo, Aries, or Sagittarius, or just something that you just threw yourself into with this immense sense of passion. But with the Hermit card in the reverse, you went into it not having all the facts. Alright, the Hermit card in the reverse, this could be someone coming out of a place where they were kind of kept to themselves for a while. Okay, so maybe it's your first time getting out in a long time, maybe it's your first time dating again or getting into the work field, but this is also somebody that is usually super wise, alright, and when they're in the reverse, there's something that they're getting into and they don't have all the facts, they didn't study the entire chapter, they didn't get the full background on somebody, okay, so that could be problematic. And we have the Magician in the reverse. So someone who's manipulating a situation or something that you feel you can't manifest or that you shouldn't manifest. And we have the Three of Swords in the reverse. So a sense of disappointment and heartbreak that someone is strongly repressing here. This is someone telling the world, I'm good, I'm good. But this is the type of person that, you know, when the makeup's off or when their clothes is off at night and you're just kind of in that vulnerable state where your thoughts all come out, it hits you. And you know that you're not fully okay, right? And we have the Wheel of Fortune. So what's interesting about all of this is although for some of you, maybe you're not getting the best sort of, how do I want to say this? Maybe it's not playing out in the best way. But if you're in a position where there's betrayal, where there's hurt, where there's anger, the universe is saying this had to happen. You have the Wheel of Fortune here, okay? Anytime you get a major arcana, that's going to be a huge event coming up. To me, that's when the universe knows it has to interfere in your life. So maybe things have been leading up to this for a while, and now it's kind of like that volcano explosion where it's like, look, I have the world to give you, but you have to shake this off, okay? So with the Wheel of Fortune, although it might be uncomfortable, it's a good thing, okay? We have the Eight of Wands as the next card for the present moment. So this is going to be action, talking, reciprocation, you know, things in motion. Seven of Swords. Either you're holding some secrets or someone around you is holding secrets here. Someone that you're interacting with at the time. And we have the Ace of Cups in the reverse. So either you guys are losing feelings for something, okay, maybe you're not as passionate as you used to be, or something's just simply falling out. Something that you have to let go of because of secrets. And by this falling out, you have the Tower card in the reverse. It doesn't necessarily matter what's happened up to this point, but from this point on, you're avoiding catastrophe. So I really feel, Aquarius, that there's something you guys really have to shake off here. Okay, now going into the future, I actually like this card for you. You have the Hanged Man. If you guys are new to tarot, watch the Fool's Journey. There's a whole bunch of videos that it'll just talk about the major arcana and how every person goes through the journey of the major arcana. Okay, so when the Fool, because that's the first card of the tarot, when it gets to this point of the Hanged Man, he or she has gone through a lot. And they're in a place where they know that if they just chill, if they just sit back and have good intentions for themselves and good energies, that what's supposed to be in their life will be there. And what's not supposed to be there will eventually take itself out of your life. Okay? So with this attitude, this is not wanting to fight, not wanting to argue. This is you taking a step back and to be as honest as possible. See, I want to curse again. Seeing who really fucks with you. Okay? When you take a step back, when you stop reaching out to people, when you stop initiating certain things, when you stop putting effort, who is still there for you? Who is still making sure you're okay? Alright? So anything that's not coming in for you in a positive way, once you're at this point, make a mental note of that and act accordingly. We have the Queen of Swords. I love it, I love it, I love it. So you guys are in a position where you're realizing how popping you are, how valuable you are as a person, and you just don't want to fight anymore. Okay? It's like, look, this is what I can offer. This is who I am. Take it or leave it. If you don't want it, I'm no longer crying over it. I'm no longer going to chase you. And that is when the burden is released. Alright, so maybe it's new love coming in. Maybe it's you making things so much stronger with someone you have in your life. With the Lover's card, it doesn't have to be intimate. This could be a close connection you have to anyone. Okay, even to a job. But you see that? Once you stop fighting it, that's when things work out. Alright, this life I know can be very unfair, but we're not meant to constantly fight for everything. Alright, there's a lot of things that we try to do in life and we fight and we fight and we fight and it just doesn't happen. And then there's other times in our life where it's like, oh my God, I didn't even do much and everything just kind of fell into my lap. That is what the world can be like. That is how powerful, you know, the concept of manifestation is. Where if you truly, truly say, I'm going to make $200,000 next year. I have no freaking idea how I'm going to do it, but I'm going to do it. It will work itself out. Okay? So with that being said, the fact that you guys just take a step back and you're like, whoa, I've been fighting hard, but has that fighting been necessary? And now you're at a point that you stop fighting and things just, bam, they fall into your lap. You don't need to go crazy and do backwards flips to get what you want. You just need to be around the right people, the right vibes, the right energy. And when you guys take that step back and you just kind of zen out, everything works out for you. Fighting is not going to solve anything here. Alright? It's you guys taking a step back and realizing your worth. Now we have the Devil card. So there is a very toxic energy around you guys. And you have to keep in mind that when there's a toxic person or a toxic energy in our lives, it only gets stronger if we allow it. There's people that want to argue and fight with me all the time. You'll never get a reaction out of me though. And that's why my life has just been so calm at this point. Because I literally don't allow the devil in. He's not welcome in my house. Alright? So whatever this is, you're going to get over it. You have the Five of Pentacles in the reverse. Alright? So if it causes you to feel a sense of rejection, a sense of disappointment, a sense of maybe not being financially as strong as you would like to be, you get past it. You just have to realize who the devil is in your life. And sometimes the devil could be us. Alright, sometimes we can take on that energy and just be such a toxic person. And I actually just spoke about this in the Cancer video. But we have to get to a point where we're able to realize who the toxic person is. And the truth is, we could always be toxic in some way, shape, or form. Alright, so we always have to be open to evolving and to just getting to that next spiritual level within ourselves. So the next card here is a Page of Pentacles in reverse. Someone that maybe stops talking to you or you stop talking to them, or something that you may have tried working on but you haven't been getting the results that you want from it. Ooh. We have the Nine of Wands in the reverse. The fighting is over. You don't want to fight. All right, so this is someone who has put blood, sweat, and tears into something that they want, and then it just, it shows to have too much adversity, and they don't think that it's worth it. All right, and the second you turn your back on that, bam, expansion. So something, and this is kind of, this, I see it as a progression from the last reading I did for you guys, where there's something that's holding you back, whether it's a person, whether it's a job, whether it's, a crappy energy that you have around you. But literally when you turn your back, the burden is gone. You're getting along better with yourself, with those around you. You're expanding in life. You realize that you are the queen or king of your throne. Okay, and you're chilling. This is someone who's smoking a blunt on the couch and has zero worries in life. Okay, be that person that has no worries in life. Blunt optional. All right, so you guys are expanding, and here you are. Here's the last card here. So you guys have the Fool card. All right, so with the Fool card here, something completely new. All right, but whatever you were holding on from the past, it can't come with you. You guys have to lighten your luggage. All right, so you have new places you're going to expand. You have a lot that you're going to do here. But this is something that might have to be done solo, or without anything that was kind of detrimental towards you. Now we have the Queen of Cups, and then I dropped one card. Ooh, and the Page of Cups. So for a lot of you, maybe a strong water energy coming in. All right, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. Or an offer that just makes any unstable emotions you have, it stabilizes it. So this is something that's really going to make you happy here. And you have the Empress at the bottom. All right, so this is a new start that's coming in. And this is something that you can grow with, something that you're going to tend to. And if you decide to take this new start, you're left with the Ten of Cups. Okay, with the Two of Swords in the reverse, it's a tough decision to make. But if you make it, you will have ultimate happiness. Happiness is here. Do you want it? Are you going to take it? And with you guys, if there is any sort of financial burden with this new opportunity, that burden's gone. You're going to be probably, much stronger than you have been in regards to finances. Okay, maybe there's a Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn that can help you with the situation as well. But any sense of loss, rejection that you felt, it is subsiding. Okay, so guys, this is really, really good. So you guys have a complete turnaround, new starts, new beginnings, new loves, but only if you can agree with yourself that you are worth it, and you are. Alright guys, so I've been pulling just 3 cards for advice, but I got my new Oracle deck in the mail just like 20 minutes ago. So we're going to use this. Now this is Oracle of Visions by Cairo Machete. I am absolutely obsessed with him. I feel like he is the best artist when it comes to tarot. So let's run with this. I'm going to read you what it means from the book. I'll give you my own take on it afterwards. And let's see what's going on. Alright, so what card does Aquarius need to see for guidance and advice? Oh my god, these cards are so beautiful. I'm so obsessed. And bear with me, guys. This is a brand new deck, as you see. Okay. 2 cards fell out. We're going to talk about it. Alright. So 44 and 43. So these are the images here. Okay. So screenshot that. Do what you need to do so we can talk about it. Okay. So we're going to start with number 40. Well, we'll start with 44 since it fell. 44 is actually my number. Always been my number, so I'm curious to see what this says. Unison, common goals, shared values, at one with others. It is probably not love that makes the world go around, but rather those mutually supportive alliances through which partners recognize their dependence on each other for the achievement of shared and private goals. So this is the sort of energy where it's like, why are we fighting each other? If we just work with one another, we'll get much more accomplished, okay? So this is what you're dealing with. Unison. Goals being, demolished in a good way. Now, we have 43, okay? Because with this card, this is kind of like a sense of belonging. Finding something that works for you. With 43, this is interesting. Obsession, delusion, self-interest, okay? Nature never deceives. It is we who deceive ourselves, okay? Now, these books go much deeper into it. If you guys want to buy it, definitely go for it. I love this, this artist, but this is so interesting for the simple fact that there's something you guys are fighting. Okay, and maybe there's a part of ourselves where it's like, no, I can do this, I can fight through it. Maybe you don't want people to see that you've failed in a certain area. I know myself, with my rising in Aquarius, there has been so many times that I simply did not want to get out of something because I didn't want to deal with the humiliation that would come in if people saw that I failed. Okay, with relationships, with certain things, I've been studying in the past that I just lost interest in. So there's a huge part of, no, I need to look good. I can't look stupid. I need people to think that I got it. Kind of like that person that you see on Facebook or Instagram, and it's like, oh my God, their life is amazing. It's probably really, really shitty, but you're only seeing the highlights of their life. So yeah, if you compare it to your life, you could feel bad, but you have to keep in mind this person is only looking at the highlights. So have you gotten yourself to this place because you fail to see that maybe you made a mistake? Maybe this wasn't the best thing for you. Maybe you realized a while ago that it wasn't the best thing for you, but you tried to write it out as long as possible so that you're not looking bad. Did this come because of gluttony? Did it come because there was a certain obsession within yourself? Okay? When we're in that place where it's just like we're so full of ourselves, a lot of bad things could come in. Okay? I'm sure you guys have all been there before. I've been there in the past, and it's just not a pretty attitude. It's just not something that you want to put out in the world, okay? So with that, be humble, okay? And realize that even if a person is the most beautiful person in the world, they can have a shitty life. They can make shitty decisions. Being beautiful or being smart doesn't exempt us from making shitty things happen in our lives. So be humble and realize that we all bleed the same. Okay, that's what I'm getting from this. And with the 44, once you realize that, everything works out. Guys, this is just like your reading. Oh my goodness. And anytime I feel like there's a story that can help, I always, give it to you guys. But I've gone through this, exactly through this. And with me personally, for those of you who have been following me for a while or have my Instagram, High Vibrations 44, fitness was always a huge thing for me. So I'm a personal trainer as well. But for the last 5 years, I have been a hardcore trainer, working out, all of this stuff. And I really got to my peak, I would say, about a year ago. And I was doing fitness coaching, and I always thought that I was the type of person who was really motivating other people, like, oh, work out, do this, do that. But now that I look back, I was just a shitty person that was showing off that I had a really nice body, okay? And without even realizing it, and guys, I'm being so honest with you, I'm very flawed, and I know I was wrong for this, and it completely changed. But I didn't even realize I was doing it till recently. But if somebody extremely heavy came up to me, there would be this sudden thing that clicked in me that that said, this person does not respect themselves. This person is lazy. This person, probably won't get much accomplished if they can't even, control what's being put in their mouth. I had such a shallow mindset. Skinny was the way to be. Skinny makes life easier. Skinny makes, more opportunities come into your life. And was I around more people? Yeah. Were people giving me more free things and just wanting to hang out with me? Yes. But it was really fucking superficial. Okay. So now I've gotten really, really busy with tarot. I moved into, you know, a new place, just dealing with my son's private school and all this stuff where I'm just like, you know what? Either I work out for 2 hours today, or I have like 17 people write me nasty emails because I'm late on their readings. So I completely just threw fitness to the side. Okay. And it was kind of like the the 5 steps of, the 5 phases of denial, something like that, where, you know, at first we're kind of like angry with ourselves, and then we're kind of like crying about it, and then we're like, okay, well, how do I deal with this? So that's kind of what was happening with me, where I gained about 30 to 40 pounds just because I was working so damn much, and because I was so, like, always so busy with personal readings. I didn't even want to cook, so I was ordering out all the time, breakfast, lunch, dinner, and my body suffered because of it. So at first I was really angry, to the point where I'm not buying any clothes because I'm not going to dress this body. This is not the body that I should be buying clothes for. And then, you know, eventually it got to the point where I'm like, you know what? Because I had a lot of people that were like, ooh, Lissette, you fell off. Ooh. And they kind of didn't talk to me after that. People who used to come to me and were like, yo, I would do anything to have your body, they would kind of laugh when I walked past them. They felt good that I got to a bad place. So once I got over that, and once I got to the point where I'm just like, you know what? I love myself. I'm working out consistently again. And I know that the only way to change this is to stay consistent. It also made me start seeing people differently. Okay, so before, where people who were extremely overweight would kind of lose credibility with me, I'm like, no, no, no. I want to hear your story. Where's your heart at? Where's your mind at? And when I see a person, I don't see size. I see a soul. I see that they love, they hurt, they go through things just like I do. And being skinny with abs or being 500 pounds, it doesn't matter. You're still going to go through the same shit. If you think that being skinny is going to evade you of all problems in your life, then you're in for a fucking ride, okay? It's not going to help anything at all. It just, you're skinnier while you're going through the same problems. So once I realized that, and I conformed, and I kind of just was at one with not just the size of people, but the fact that we're all humans. We all have pains, we all have grievances, we all have things that are uncomfortable. And if you look at life from a shallow perspective, you are going to miss out on the best freaking friends that you could find. Once I got over that, and I realized that I was whack as fuck for even thinking that in the past, that's when everything works out for me. I've had the best people come around me. I've met so many wonderful people and so many beautiful souls, because that sense of superficiality that I had, you know, it was pushed away. So I'll never repeat this again, but I'm really happy that I gained the weight, although I'm working on it now, because I had to. I really had to. Because I would have been way too full of myself. And if I kept going, and if I was doing this high vibrations thing and growing with it, I would have become a very nasty person. And I know that. And I don't ever want to get to the point where I'm full of myself. Because I know now that I'm only living my life half full. Because my ego is getting in the way of me truly being happy. Alright, so that's my example for this. Alright, where we can be obsessed with ourselves, where we can just think that we're the best at what we do. And it's like, you know what, your shit stinks too. So be humble, and everything else will work itself out. Alright, so Aquarius, for those who would like personal readings, the wait time now is about 2 weeks. Okay, now since it is the summertime, I'm trying to work as much as possible, and I think I said this to you guys in the last month, but I just felt super bad just as a person, as a mother, because I was not taking my son out a lot. Like, he would literally just be doing his own thing, and I would work from morning till night. So I have been taking him out, and I have been absolutely unapologetic about it, because family comes first. So for anyone waiting for a reading and they're really upset with me, I'm sorry, but my son comes first. And it came to the point where I'd rather have a stranger upset with me than my own child. So the reason I say that is, if you will absolutely die and send me the nastiest email in the world if you don't get your reading on the 14th day, then please get an emergency reading. And for those of you that are waiting on a reading right now, and you want to speed it up, you can just email me and we'll upgrade it to an emergency reading, okay? But other than that, guys, please just be patient with me throughout the summer. I have family coming in next week, so I know I'm going to want to take a few days off just to chill, relax, go to some theme parks, water parks, and just have a good time, okay? So I'm still trying to find that balance, and I got to the point where either I work a crazy amount more or I raise my prices a crazy amount, and I don't want to do that. I want everybody to be able to get readings from me if they need it. So if you guys need one, just chill, be patient, know that I will get it to you. And if it's something super, super pressing, please get an emergency reading so that you don't have to be emailing me every other day. Okay? I love you guys. Take care.